I'm living in Footscray.
Nice.
These days, so it's nice to be this side of the town. I moved into Footscray about 2 years ago. When I first moved in, I moved into like the worst share house ever. Right? The only way I could cope with living there was I had to keep reminding myself how cheap it was. Right? Like I'd go into the share house and like there'd be like dishes up to the ceiling, and I'd just think to myself, it's $80 a week. It's $80 a week. Right? And then sometimes I'd come home and there'd be like, you know, someone's using my toothbrush. And I'd just think, it's $80 a week. It's $80 a week. And then one time I came home late from a comedy gig, like really late at night, and the police were there. And they said, your flatmate, he's done a lot of drugs. He had a psychotic attack, tried to kill everyone else in the house. And I was just like, $80 a week. So I moved out of there, and as you would, and I'm now on the other side of Footscray. Like there's two sides of Footscray. There's like the kind of rough end of Footscray, and then there's sort of the gentrifying part of Footscray. I'm in that side. Like it's still a bit rough, but it's getting more classy. Like I'm still getting mugged, but now they use a cheese knife. Like, give us your money. I'm like, no. You know, I moved to this new house with these new flatmates. First night I'm in there, they're like, oh, let's have some quinoa. Let's get on the quinoa. I'm like, oh no, drugs again. I don't like this. Let me tell you, that is the worst drug, the quinoa. Oh, takes all their money. Makes them break out really, what's the word? Pretentious. Oh, it's terrible. I don't know, I like living in Footscray because everything's so cheap out there. Right, I shop a lot at Indian supermarkets because they're all these supermarkets are super cheap, right? Only catch, the only problem is none of the products are in English. So I'm always standing in the aisles going, whoa. And the owner will come in like, excuse me sir, can I help you? What he's really saying is like, you have no idea what any of this is. And which I get a bit offended at. He doesn't know. Maybe I can read Hindi. Maybe I could. Like I just grab two items off the shelf, I play it off like I can. I'm like, yeah, which of these two is more delicious? It's like, well, I'm not sure. This is soap. Well, that's mango scented, so give it a try. Because I can't read the labels, I have to kind of guess from what's on the packet, right? So I'll pick up like a tin. Oh, it's small. There's a picture of a little fish. That's sardines, right? And then I'll pick up like a can that's got a yam on there and a picture of curry. I'm like, oh, that's yam curry. Then I'll pick up like a jug of green milk and it's got an octopus on there. I'm like, oh, that's an adventure. It's a bit different. But I buy it all because it's super cheap. 45 cents for a litre of octopus milk, that's a great deal. Or is it? Well, I've never bought octopus milk before. What's a good price? I might be getting ripped off, right? But I buy it all and I take it home. And I'm a terrible cook. So what I do, I just kind of chuck it all in a big pot, stir it all up and cook it. It's a bit weird, but I think it's pretty healthy. You know, I get vitamins and minerals from the vegetables. Put it with rice, so I'm getting carbohydrates. It smells nice because of the soap. Get it all in there. People are always like, oh, it's a bit weird curry. You know, do you like eating it? I'm like, well look, see, it is a bit weird, but I've got a trick. I've got like a secret ingredient. Do you know what makes anything taste great? Hunger. That is my secret trick. You never see that on MasterChef, do you? You know, some judge like, oh, you haven't cooked this enough. No, Matt, you're not hungry enough. That's what I find. The difference between a good curry and a great curry, about 24 hours. Just leave it, I'm like, yeah, I could eat it. I haven't ruined it that badly. I don't know. Let's do it. What else can I tell you about? I spend a lot of time on the internet. I like going online. I like mucking around online. I love going on YouTube and reading the comments on YouTube. Like, I like them better than the videos. Because there's some crazy people on YouTube. This is the one there's a lot of conspiracy theories. The one conspiracy theory I like, I don't know if you heard this, they reckon politicians are lizards. Have you heard this? Like, they look like people, but if you got up close, you could rip their mask off underneath. Lizards. And you read that and you think, well, that is crazy. That couldn't be true. Right? But then I watch on TV, you know, all the politicians, they have the meet up about, you know, the climate summits, you know, Copenhagen or whatever, and they're like, you know, we're going to stop climate change, we're going to end global warming, we're going to talk this out, we're going to get it sorted. Then they go in the hotel, they have a chat, talk, do nothing. And you're at home going, well, that is crazy. Why wouldn't they take action? Why wouldn't they do something? Why would they want the earth to get hot? Because they are lizards. It all makes sense now. We're through the looking glass, people. That might be what's happening. They're like, yeah, we're going to stop global warming. Then they go inside, just a big heat lamp. All these lizards just change. And look, that could happen. Like, look at our Prime Minister now. Like, look at Tony Abbott, right? Beady little eyes. He's always sticking his tongue out. You know, he's got that cold reptilian lack of compassion. You know, like I can't prove he's a lizard, but as a human, pretty unconvincing. Let's be honest. It's not a political rally. So other politicians, they could be lizards too. You could be, right? Like, you always see them getting up in Parliament, they get up and like, Mr. Speaker, I'm against people coming to this country, I'm against immigration or whatever. Or they're standing up and they're going, Mr. Speaker, I'm against people who are making too much money, I want to tax them, Or they're like, Mr. Speaker, I'm against people taking drugs, let's send them to jail, whatever. So there's all these different politicians, and they've all got different policies, and all the policies are very different. But they've all got one thing in common. They're all against people. Which I think, by default, makes them pro-lizard. Doesn't it? Like, you never see them out there, Mr. Speaker, I'm against geckos. It's like the Goanna situation. You know, and that could be, maybe that's why people don't like their jobs, right? Because people don't, right? You always see, you know, you're at work, you're tapping away, tap, and then you get up after 8 hours, you're like, oh, sore back, oh. Of course, because this is natural. Humans aren't supposed to be standing around like this for 8 hours a day. Who stands around like this? T-Rex. Raptor. The lizards are in charge. What's going on?
Hey, thanks for watching. Now what you need to do is sign up for my newsletter. Just go to michaelconnell.com.au and put your details into the sign up box. Sign up today and you'll instantly get a free copy of my first comedy CD. Plus, you'll start receiving my monthly newsletter. It'll give you a sneak peek at stuff I'm working on, free tickets to my comedy shows, access to videos and articles I don't post anywhere else, plus a whole heap of other fun stuff. So do it. Go to michaelconnell.com.au and sign up for the newsletter now.